Hello, this is a video for Women Experts 2017. My name's Adriana Beaumont-Thomas. I'm a classical pianist, composer and a piano teacher. Piano playing has always been a love of my life, the love of my life. I remember the first time I saw a real piano. It was when I was 6 years old, and it was my parents' friend's house. I remember that it filled me with such curiosity. I simply had to play it badly. I still remember the way how the keys were tactile and smooth, and the sound that came out was just magical. And from then on I knew I just had to learn to play the piano. To me, music is a universal language, a language that speaks so much more than simply words. I love that part when I've learned a piece, and now all I have to do is to interpret it, so to carefully apply dynamics and purposeful phrasing, so that the encapsulated idea that the composer put into the piece is told in a most lyrical, wholesome, yet simple way. I've always loved playing classical masters such as Chopin, Rachmaninoff and Beethoven, probably my three favourite ones. But it became quite clear to me early on that composition was my biggest passion, and it stayed with me all these years. I think it is important for students who are learning to play the piano to take up some form of composing. I encourage my students of all levels and ages actively to compose, even to compose for their exam pieces. I think composition is so pure in the fact that it is completely free. We're not in any way tied by anything else but our imagination. And composition offers everything to the composer. There are the moments of eureka, when a motif falls on you and so kind of stays with you all day, doesn't go away. Then you work on it, and there are the hours of grueling decision making and practice, and insecurity moments even. There's everything, and there is the unearthing, the privilege of unearthing music, and the privilege of sharing it and speaking to the listeners from your true self. So this is a topic I'd like to discuss, the importance of composition in both teaching it and in creating new music. I believe there should be more new music, classical music, allowed to be performed more widely, and not just the classical masters. I believe that teaching composition is not just great fun, but it's also learning about the rules of harmony, about the musical theory, elements that perhaps on their own are a little bit dry. And it's great to know the rules, to follow the rules, but it's even better to understand them. So in a series of talks, I'd love to explore the topic of composition, also bringing to light elements of musical analysis of masterworks of famous pieces and by famous composers, because after all, they were geniuses, but also just people like us. I think that composition